was a documentary. I also see your head. That's also reality.
Unfortunately.
And you can see my head if you close your eyes at this point.
Wait. We just gave you a beanie. Just do the beanie again.
Do the beanie.
Yeah,
again.
I just shaved.
First off, it wasn't a beanie. It's actually a potato sack.
Okay, see, but it was cover. It worked for a minute.
I just shaved, and the resistance from my recently shaved head, it might damage the beanie. So I'm gonna give it a minute.
He's in a very tough position. He can't even hang himself. There's like nothing he can wrap.
No, gravity wouldn't agree.
Like I said, he can't wrap it. There's no rope long enough to go around that head. Like, do you choke yourself with daddy?
Wow. We're just gonna keep going.
Hey, welcome back to Kabsa Boys. What's happening? What's popping? Episode 245.
We're still here.
I got the homie Champs right next to me. I got number one in the building.
Hello.
Turks was just here, but he's back on his vacation, trying to beat the case. He's gonna be here soon.
And number one's head just made it into the room. So
exactly, yes.
Welcome.
Turks is gonna beat the allegation eventually.
Actually, there's only like number one's jawline is here. The rest of his head is behind the door.
It's in a different time zone.
Pretty much.
So y'all want to get to news?
Yes.
So what's been happening, y'all?
What's going on?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Yo, how was your weekend? You went to see the comedy then?
I just came back, from watching the opening of the new Comedy Pod location. Very happy to see the growth and evolution, honestly, of the Comedy Pod to the point of actually having a proper set for a comedy show, right?
Last time we were there, they were in a corner.
Yeah, last time we went there was 2 years ago when they first opened. They had an office building location, which was nice. Which was quite spacious, but at the same time, like there was a back of the room, right, and then you couldn't really see the comedians quite far away. So the space they moved into now is much more intimate. You know, it's set up in a way where you have like the right of stage, left of stage, and the front of stage.
Oh,
basically.
nice.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Hay al-Muruj, which is also quite close, to Riyadh al-Qadima in a sense. So I was there for Thursday. It was the first opening night of the new set. I actually appreciated as I was walking in that they were still painting the door, right? Like, حياكم بيتنا يعني جيت خلص بيتنا بس يعني تفضلوا,
Yeah, shout out to the boys.
It was a wonderful show. It was 2 hours. All of the Comedy Pod regulars were there. It was a good 9 or 8 comedians. And everybody came out. They did like a 6-7 minute set. Everybody was on point, honestly. I wasn't disappointed by any of the sets. I was actually laughing throughout the whole 2 hours.
How long was 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours. So it was a really good show, honestly.
Any standouts?
Brownie as usual. He was standout. There was the other guy, Ahmed, the guy from Petrol, Hijazi guy, also very funny. But generally, in the sense that it's a regular spot now that you can actually go and enjoy every weekend. It was there before, but I feel now with the new location, with the new setup, it's more inviting. Like this is a proper comedy spot now.
Now, congrats to the boys. They've been working really, really hard over the last 2 years. Like we saw when it was just a little thing, and like you always see it with the Instagram account. You see how they're evolving.
No, they've done shows in different locations.
They've done cinemas.
Yeah, they've done the Boulevard. They've done one in the Riyadh galleries. They've been around. I think they did a show in Jeddah as well.
Yeah,
so.
Congrats to the boys. Like wishing you guys all the best.
Honestly. And thank you for a great show on Thursday. Honestly, I think all the shows are at this point. There's experience, right? They've been,
and it's a good way to start your Thursday.
Honestly, it really was.
Yeah,
like literally, it just got me off on such a good mood, and just rode with me through the rest of the weekend.
If you're ever in Riyadh, the Comedy Pod, you can find them on Instagram, the Comedy Pod. Do not miss them.
Every Thursday, every Friday.
Thursday and Friday. Shout out to the boys. Alhamdulillah. Oh my God, like the whole side of the room just shifted.
See, don't bring the room down, please.
Sir.
We're talking about comedy here.
I'm renting.
I mean, we are laughing about your head, but it's not
that was a
type of comedy we're going for.
Number one, how you been, bro?
Weekend is work, so much work. So.
Shout out to tons of listeners.
How exciting and fun. Tell us more.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
I have no life.
Okay.
I am sad little man.
Okay. With 12 facts.
I'm very tall, as we have established.
Where you want again? Where you want again?
What's been going on?
What's been going on? That's a good question. I actually have like one thing I want to talk about that I found very, very interesting.
Do go and say it.
I'm just
sorry. I'm a little bit sleepy, so the words are coming out.
The third coffee didn't work here, so we need to keep him catching up.
Well, I'm waiting for this to just load. Oh, such nice fast internet that I have here. Well, anyway, forget that. We'll get this in a second. So lately, The Apple Vision Pro came out.
Yay, dystopia.
Yes.
It is here.
Yes, it's finally here. Now we can finally stop,
Okay, wait. We are going to all buy this, right?
Oh, it's a fact.
You are buying this. I'm
Yes,
buying this.
yes.
I don't think I cannot buy this.
I don't think we're going to be able to buy it this year, but I believe maybe
Believe, Adil. Believe.
believe.
Yeah, believe.
I think the more they roll out, the more people are going to use it.
But here's the thing, Shamsi.
Mm.
You are not the one who has a brother that ordered the developer version.
I am. The second Ice just hints at me that he has it, I'm attacking his apartment.
No, but see, that's the thing. Like right now, like we just watched the video about like what exactly it is and what it's supposed to do, and it's a toy. I think at this point, it's still a gimmick.
It is
in
not a
sense.
gimmick. It's not a toy.
In a sense, like
It
you're
is,
not.
it's a piece that's actually functional that you can do some things on.
What are you gonna do on it?
The idea that I can connect my Mac directly to it
Mhm.
and just blow up the screen in front of me
Okay.
and have multiple screens on the right and left, that one alone.
Yeah. The anti
So the
feature.
the multitasking, the anti-Gaffa feature. Okay, I was
Yes.
thinking the more multitasking.
No, because the way I'm looking at it,
So it's more than one computer now. It's one computer in your head.
Exactly. Because I have
It's
this
a face
huge screen.
computer.
Okay, face computer, man. I have
Yeah.
a big screen behind me.
Mm,
And the reason I get it is because I need to edit and I need the whole timeline to show
mm.
in case I want to zoom in or whatever. But with this one, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this whole desktop anymore. Maybe for gaming, but that's very far from you.
Which you're going to connect to your, headset and
I
actually
know.
have an
I
immersive
still think my
experience.
desktop will eat any Mac alive.
No,
so
but
I'm-
just
I'm
in
good.
terms in the presentation, right?
In terms of like everyday workflow,
Mm.
bro, just put my Mac right here, put the keyboard in front of me, and that's it. Just blow it up in my whole site.
So it's going to be a piece of equipment that you use on a daily basis,
Oh, definitely 100%.
replacing monitors, replacing displays.
I think now, still early days. I mean, I said everyone says it's a bit heavy. Some people say it's heavy. Some people say it's not. Like I need to go through it in order for me to understand how this is going to fit in my life. But the fact that it can fit into a whole ecosystem that I already have existing,
And
and
that-
I have the things that I already have.
And that, I think, is one of the key appeals here, right?
Yeah,
That
you're not starting from zero.
it's an Apple product. It's a purely
Yeah,
Apple product.
I am never gonna use an Android phone because all my shit is in Apple.
Exactly. Like
No,
there's no way for you to shift me away from Apple, even if I wanted to.
So what we're saying by the ecosystem and the integration of the Apple product is as soon as you plug in your Apple ID, it automatically uploads all of your photos, all of your notes.
Downloads everything, all the data
So-
that you already have saved on your iCloud.
Exactly. Or anything on your phone is automatically uploaded.
Exactly.
And then you can plug in your Mac and just have that as a... For me, I think there's a gaming aspect that's going to be quite interesting that still hasn't been explored yet. It's nice to have that workflow and that, but I'm more interested in the media and entertainment options that come along with it. That first of all, we have Apple TV doing their own type of content, and having that option, being able to shoot something and tailor it to the Apple Vision Pro, I think is going to be a very interesting avenue to explore. That's one.
It depends on what does it take for them to do that.
And right now, for example, they have the MLS Pass, right? So imagine they can set it up in a way where you're practically sitting in the stadium. You can actually choose where you want to sit in the stadium and watch that angle.
Well,
that view.
that's the advertising and marketing part of it, or what you could do. But we're talking about what we have today.
Yeah, that's what
Today
I'm
is
saying.
early days.
The potential.
Exactly. Whoever's getting it is getting it for what it could be,
Mm.
right? And if you're either going to be an early adopter or you're going to come later on, either way, you're not really going to feel like I'm missing something in the future.
No, but so
Because by
you're
the time
jumping on the
everything-
bandwagon, basically.
You know, it's not really a bandwagon when it's actually working properly.
No, but what I mean by that, it's yes, okay, it's not the first VR headset out there, but just like Apple drops a new product, when they drop, it's the first of a new thing. You know?
I would disagree.
Exactly.
VR has been going on for a minute. The
Well,
thing about Apple
Mhm.
is that
The approach.
they let other people flail around for a bit, and when they enter that field, they have a certain standard that they apply.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look, when they apply that standard, it feels like it's when they came out with an iPod, there was MP3 players for years before that, but the iPod was built to such a level where it basically outshone everything, at once. Same thing with the iPhone in a sense. Same thing with the iPad. So I'm
No, the
seeing,
iPhone was just different.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like it just outshone. Like you had PDAs, right? You had touch phone displays before the
But
iPhone.
we never had a color touch display.
Yeah, maybe sure, but you still had some of
that
those
was
things.
affordable.
That's what I'm saying. You still had those things. They existed, but they come out and they built it in such an interesting, enticing package.
Yeah, I agree with you on
Yes,
that one.
and
yeah.
for you right now, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about something that easily and seamlessly plugs into your phone. that we saw how easily you can set up. You can do it literally in less than a minute.
And as Apple,
You know?
before
It's the ease of
releasing a product,
experience.
exactly, because when the ease of experience is exactly what I'm going to next. Because when they were thinking about what are we going to do with this, they didn't look at it as any other VR headset company. They're not saying, okay, we're going to build this for a specific thing. They're like, okay, what do we already have? We already have the data of how people use our programs. We already know what people want, what they use on a daily basis. Okay, so what do we have that we can incorporate? And then they work from there because they already had a solid foundation of what they need to get people coming. And then it became about, okay, how do we present it as the Apple way? Which is look at every single little detail and try to find the best experience out of it. Even the idea, we were talking about the fact that it has a screen on the front, right? That shows your eyes. They could have just made it all white. They could have just blocked you from the world. But their idea was, because again, until you're not seeing through it, there's cameras are reflecting.
That show your eyes, basically. So they take an image of your eyes and they show it to anybody who's coming.
Exactly. So if it was solid white and you're sitting around and I'm trying to talk to you, it looks weird to you when you're talking to me with something on my face. But when it looks like it's my eyes looking at you, it becomes, oh, it's a normal thing.
Not my real eyes.
It's not about real or not. You feel like you're communicating with the person.
True.
Real
Yes.
enough.
Which is the dystopian part for me, honestly. The fact that you are creating this product where you can envision where, you're ending up in a world where people are walking down the street, everybody's wearing one, right?
But I have to say, like, some people do not deserve technology because I was scrolling through my phone just an hour ago and I'm seeing somebody's already driving a Tesla while wearing this thing with hand gestures.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like
it's gonna be a problem with
we are so doomed.
That's called guinea pigs, right? This is where people test out things, so you know what not to do.
No, that's called the Darwin Award.
No, but I do think that it is going to be widespread enough, just like smartphones have become. Everybody's going to end up with the headset.
Honestly, the anti-Ligafa features are more than enough to sell me on it. Like the idea of just being in a plane and being absolutely isolated from other people in the plane and just watching my shit undisturbed,
unbothered, unhindered by the rest of y'all.
Unbothered, moisturized in my lane, happy.
Yo.
I'm appreciating the fact that you can drop yourself in different environments. Like you can just put it on and hey, I'm in the Himalayas, or hey, I'm in a wonderful sea. That for me also plays part into the dystopian part. Like
Himalayas, the sea, part of a loving family.
Exactly.
That's the true fantasy.
No, that's exactly it.
That's the true fantasy.
You can you're gonna get to a point where you get to play out these scenarios where hey,
that people love you.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Sure. For sad, lonely men like number one,
the true fantasy.
That could be one.
True fantasy.
I'm thinking with something more experiential, like fighting the Mayans in the jungles or some shit like that.
We call it.
I want to walk around with a spear.
I just imagine a girl whispering in number one's ears.
You're enough.
What's your fantasy?
You're enough. You're enough.
He starts sobbing. A loving family.
Tell me I'm worth it. Tell me I'm worth it.
Validation.
Tell me I'm a good person.
Love me.
See, Apple is bringing your dreams alive, number one. We're gonna get there. Trust me. They're listening at this point. They know there's a demand for the product.
Oh my god.
So you're buying it. I'm probably buying it. So
because sadness.
Because honestly, I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Like for me, I think I'm just gonna wait on it until Assam goes through it. Assam gives me the best breakdowns. He of course he's gonna love it. He's gonna tell me it's amazing. But again, to what extent could I really use it? At the end of the day, I think I'm still gonna fucking buy it.
Well, see, that's the thing.
If I get the chance, I think I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Come on, the fact that it's a screen attached to your face.
Yes, we're gonna do a full episode wearing it, by the way.
Okay, fella. Okay. Okay, but
that's like a 40,000 Riyal investment.
No, let's go. Shit, easy money, bro.
Not this one. Not this one.
This one.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, your mic is...
Oh, we're...
My bad.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
I would sound like a robot.
Yeah, I completely forgot what I was
Okay,
gonna say.
first off, hold on, sir.
We had the...
I'm sorry.
That's not that one.
Yes.
The fact that it's going to a screen attached to your face basically means you no longer have to worry about having a TV. It's literally a screen attached to your face. Don't be social. Fuck other people. It's just all about you. It's all about you, right? They can get their own Vision Pros and you can watch something together. That is also another aspect of it.
Like, I understand that people from the outside are gonna say, "Yo, you look stupid using it," and I'm totally fine with that.
No, but they are jealous. That's the jealousy speaking.
I don't even care if they're jealous.
Because they can't have their eyes replicated.
You usually see me walking around going like this.
Like, here's the thing. Like, it's easy to get your phone jacked. Is somebody just running up by you and just swiping it from your hand? I imagine this is gonna be a harder operation to get
No,
jacked.
this is a much easier operation.
You think?
Oh, just a quick punch in the stomach while you're lost in your virtual world, and it just snatch that shit off of you and run.
Malik, the haze. You'll come through the haze. You'll see.
You'll see this fist.
You'll see the fist exactly as it comes through the haze.
You can see a quick 1-2.
You see a crack
through the haze.
in the middle of your eyes.
It's like Mike Tyson's punch out, but in real life.
Exactly, son.
It was to imagine the sight as you're walking around. You just see people wearing these headsets and just like making weird hand gestures. What kind of world are we coming?
Well, that's the
to,
thing.
fellas?
You're not really making weird hand gestures.
حبيبي قاعد تسوي كذا.
No, you only go like this, and you can do it with your hand down. That's it. Yes, you're pinching.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not.
It's not Minority Report. You just go moving screens and shit.
But that's where we're getting there. Have you not seen the electric cars now?
What does that have to do with electric cars?
That almost hover. I'm just saying, Minority Report is coming to life.
All right,
and this is just one part of it.
You're such a
Pessimist.
No, you're such a
two sides of the same coin, by the way.
you're such a Luddite.
A Luddite.
Oh, look at
No,
you with
see,
big
that's
words.
the thing. When Apple comes to me with a new product, I will buy you because you are Apple and you are.
No, you can't buy me. That was the old
No,
times.
I'm talking about Apple.
That was the old times.
Again,
Shamsi.
different times.
Yeah.
Different times. Shamsi.
I'm not
Born
gonna-
too late.
I can't use your processing power. Number one, it's too much for me.
It's too much for me.
And that comes because of the quality guarantee of the product. I've never thought of getting a VR headset.
Number one, Shamsi is gonna buy. Me and you know that, but he's not gonna figure out the features till like 6 years from now.
كيف يشتغل هذا؟ Oh, يمديني أوسع الشاشة.
Just a little best.
Listeners, this man discovered video games again for the past year, and he's like, I want to get caught up on all video games.
صدق I'm done
Last
with.
month, he discovered that he can restart his phone without turning it off.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I just want to tell you that.
Yeah, but somebody had to teach me. that.
Someone had to do it for him because he didn't know how to do that.
An hour later, after my phone got stuck.
He's like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm like, all right, man. What am I supposed to do with you?
I love how he still hung
It's-
up on
you-
that.
because you
It's so wild.
Yeah,
Because-
so wild.
when it comes to you, Shamsi, there's always more, and it's always worse.
But that's the thing. Also, when it comes
Always.
to technology, how much
That's a crazy description.
how much more do you want? Like, how much more technology?
And when
do
it
you
comes to
want?
Shamsi, how low can you go? Two sides of the same coin.
What else is going on in the news?
Oh my god! So yes, we solved Vision Pro. We're all buying most likely.
Yeah, we solved VR. Spatial computing. See, that's marketing about doing.
I know,
It's a brand new term for you.
bro. When Apple comes to
It's
marketing,
a face computer.
that's
It's called
Face
face
computer.
computer.
Face computer, I hardly know her.
all right. You guys know the KS Relief website,
Yes,
the Kingdom of Saudi Relief website.
Which
King
is
Salman release.
it's the website where
King Salman
people
release.
can
Nope,
use,
I'm talking about the Saudi aid platform.
which is basically
Yes.
the platform people can use to
you
donate
can
directly
donate
to
to specific
causes.
countries,
No
etc.
fools. There's a website called data.ksrelief.org. Do you
Data.
guys remember a couple of years ago when they announced that anything Saudi is going to be supporting other countries with, there's going to be an actual data for people to
Yes.
see how
Mm.
much Saudi
Mhm.
gave aid or help or whatever
Yes.
it is,
Okay.
right? Or invested.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So have you guys ever got on that website?
No.
No,
Well, your boy did.
Okay.
And
you have stats.
oh no,
They
the
have
stats is
stats,
there. They're giving me the stats. I just logged. I didn't even log in. I just went onto a website looking for something totally different, and then I was like, I need to share this with the boys.
Information.
All right, there's gonna be a lot of numbers in this,
Okay.
right? But I just want you guys to keep an open mind and don't go to sleep on me.
Mm.
All right, the Saudi aid platform, aid provided grand total. Give me a number.
Easily.
Okay, you guys want to do dollars or we go real?
Dollars.
Dollars.
Real.
Okay.
Billions.
لا يا شيخ.
Yes.
Over which time period?
It doesn't say. I think it's just grand total.
Grand total.
30 billion.
I'm thinking, is it from the announcement? But I think it goes even back
Yeah,
before the
maybe
announcement.
5 billion, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, cute. We'll go with dollars. Well, I'll give you the number in both dollars and riyal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In dollars, $127.90 billion.
Oh, wow.
127.
479.62 billion riyal.
Okay, so this goes
Wow.
back a long time.
This is a grand total,
Okay.
right?
Grand total. Okay.
Yes, grand total. Top countries receiving aid. How do you guys want to do this? We'll just do top 5?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Drum roll, please.
All right, number 1.
Palestine.
Pakistan.
Two good answers. The answer is Egypt.
Egypt.
With $32 billion
Okay.
on 64 projects. We can actually go to the breakdown to see where the investments
each project, what it is, and where.
But we'll do top 5, then we'll go into details. How about we do top 6? What is that?
Okay.
Let's stick with 5, actually. So number 1 is Egypt. Number 2.
I'm gonna stick with Palestine.
Pakistan and Palestine. Two great guesses, you idiots.
No.
Okay.
Change your answers.
It's Yemen.
Okay.
$14 billion, 1,208 projects.
Okay.
Number 3.
14 billion.
Yes, number 3.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Palestine.
I'm gonna try to go.
All right, this time you got it right, chaps. It's Pakistan.
Okay, there we go.
Third is Pakistan with $12 billion, 260 projects.
Okay. Don't
ask me what's number 4. It's not gonna change.
The reason I was going for Pakistan because I'm imagining all of the aid relief projects with the earthquakes that happened and the floods and all of that. So.
All right, number 4.
You know my answer.
Okay, you say stick with Palestine. You.
I have no idea.
Take a wild guess. I'll give you a guess. It's in the region.
It's in the region. Lebanon? No.
Thank you for playing, but you get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
It's Iraq.
Okay.
65 projects, $7.3 billion.
That says something, honestly. That says a lot. And you look at where it's all focused on elevating your neighbors. It's all the people around you that are, struggling for different reasons.
Number 5. Finally, after 4 failed tries, number 1 gets it right.
Okay.
It's Palestine. With $5 billion, 278 projects.
Really?
Yes.
Because I know this is not counting UNRWA.
Nope. It's not counting it.
It's not counting what exactly?
This is from the Chaos Relief Program.
Okay, because UNRWA, we've contributed more than, I want to say
300 billion.
Yeah, like it's, no, cumulatively, we're like 40 billion total.
From the beginning, yes.
Yeah, so it's like, it's another big number. That's why I kept saying Palestine.
Okay. So KS Relief, that means King Salman Relief Foundation. So that means basically over the past maybe 10 years, give or take.
I think, yes, it is. The King Salman Humanitarian Aid Relief Center.
Okay.
Let's see what's number of financial contributions, budget support 786, beneficiary institutions 66, total financial contribution, budget support $2.87 billion, 10.78 billion riyal. And here we go. There's another one. Beneficiaries and contribution, top 5.
Beneficiaries in terms of countries.
What do you mean by beneficiaries?
Well, this is what it says right here. It says beneficiaries and contributions.
So, institutions, countries.
Institutions.
The UN?
UN is number 1, 59, with $439 million.
Number 2,
Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council.
GCC.
You guys, you don't need to take any guesses on this, so I'll tell you all of them. 28 with $328 million.
International Red Crescent.
Third is Age and Infrastructure Investment Bank.
Okay.
That was surprising to me. 2 with $305 million. Number 4 is Arab Fund for Economics and Social Development.
Okay.
3 with $238 million. And number 5 is Islamic Development Bank with 9 contributions, $233 million.
So covering the different, political geographical associations that we are related in. GCC, Asia, UN, what's the other one? The Arab countries.
Service provided to visitors, refugees. Total fund, $19 billion, 71.59 billion riyal. Beneficiary categories, number 1, Yemen, with $10 billion. 2, Syria, $6 billion. And where's 3? The loading is on
$6 billion provided to Syrian refugees.
These are refugees within the region or just within the kingdom?
It's relief.
I don't have
we're talking about relief. So we're talking about relief programs, aid packages, that kind of thing.
Yes. So let's do the breakdown. Let's go click on Egypt real quick. And let's see what 64 projects that cost us a lot of money happening in Egypt. Bro, I love data.
I mean,
I love the fact that this is like open for everyone to go and see.
That's interesting. It's actually fascinating.
All right, so 32.
No, you're seeing where aid goes. You're seeing where it comes and where it goes and who's helping.
Some people like trains. I likes data.
So 32.5 total aid funding, $32.5 billion in total aid funding, 64 total projects.
32.5.
Yes.
Okay.
Development, industry, and mineral resources. There's a completion, by the way. It says 57.41%. I think this is how much money they've been giving them throughout the process. Yeah, this is $18 billion so far. Development, general program assistance is at 20.41% with all this is billions. $6.6 billion. Number 3 is development budget supporting, 15.39% with $5 billion. Development, transport, and storage, 2% with $674 million.
So it's all about basically development across different sectors.
All of them is development. So you have transport and storage. Then you have education with 333. Then you have water and environmental sanitation. That's $270 million. The agriculture and forest and fish, $253 million. Development and energy, $250 million. Development infrastructure development. I don't know why I have 2 developments. 233. And health, 142. Project sectors, education, transport, storage, industry, and mineral resources. We just said that a second ago.
So basically, we're just talking here about Saudi supporting the biggest Arab nation in the region, basically by building up, the different sectors of their society.
By the way, this data goes back to 1975, by the way.
1975.
Yes, it just says it right here. So another beautiful thing about this website is that when I went to Egypt, right, at the bottom of it, it gives me a graph. This graph says who is involved and I think who had more oversight. So, for example, the cost of projects per funding entity, number 1 is Ministry of Energy.
Okay.
Then number 2 is MOF.
Minister of Finance?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, Minister of Finance.
Okay.
And number 3 is SFD.
Okay, Saudi Development Fund.
Those are the top 3
contributors.
And the contribution, right? I think who have oversight of what's going on and so on.
And who's overseeing the project?
Yeah, well, I thought it was very interesting with that one. You want to go to Yemen?
Sure.
Here we go. 1,208 projects in Yemen.
1,200.
Totaling $14.2 billion. So all these are development. Well, actually, most of them are development. So development, industry, and mineral resources with 27%, that's $3.9 billion. Development, banking, and financial services, that's $3 billion. Aid, food, and agricultural security, 10% with $1.5 billion. Budget and supporting, $185 million. General humanitarian aid and health with $902 million. These are crazy numbers.
Bro, we're talking about billions here. Billions.
General humanitarian aid, humanitarian operations, support, and coordination, $703 million. Social services, $435 million. Energy, $244 million. Education, $225 million. Transport and storage, $281 million. Project top sectors, we just said it right now. This one has the biggest involvement is the Ministry of Finance. Second is King Salman Relief Program. Third, Ministry of Energy. The fourth is the SDRPY.
Doesn't ring a bell.
I'm trying to remember what was it for.
SPR.
Refinery, I think it was, or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Yeah. Well, sorry about that. And number 5 is SFD and Ministry of Energy. And again, from 1975 and 2006, bro, we gave them a lot.
No, see, again, and it goes back to the same thing.
In 2005, we gave them $3.3 billion in 2005.
A neighboring country going through a lot of problems has been, struggling through a lot of insurgencies over the past couple of years. And we are trying to, at least to support the different sectors of the industry to stand up on their own. It's the whole idea of a rising tide lifts all boats,
You guys want to see? Do you guys want to go through all of it, or just jump to Palestine?
Go to Palestine.
Let's go to Palestine, because I still haven't seen it, to be honest. I just saw the one for Egypt. So Palestine, $5.2 billion, 278 projects. Development budget supporting with $2.3 billion. Humanitarian aid multi-sector with $1 billion. Development multi-sector, $675 million. General humanitarian aid, shelter, and non-food items, $312 million. Excuse me. General humanitarian aid, early recovery, $303 million. General humanitarian aid and health overall, $188 million. Food and agricultural security, $125 million. Education, $63 million. Development, government, and civil society, $50 million. General humanitarian aid, humanitarian operations, support, and coordination, $31 million.
So across all sectors once more.
Yes.
And that's the Palestine, again, to a country compared to Egypt and Yemen, much smaller, much less population, and still large number.
The numbers are crazy. In 2001, we donated $647 million.
It's 1 year.
In the year 2000, $550 million.
So
2005,
that's $1 billion over 2 years, literally.
$135 million in 2005, $62 million in 2004, $14 million in 2003, 2007, $103 million.
Question: did you find the answer to the thing that you're looking for on the website?
I just, well, I'm not going to talk about what I was looking for.
Yeah, no, okay. That's not like answer my question.
I was.
Listen, I do love the breakdown and
exactly.
the breadth of the information,
the transparency,
and listeners, when we say donation, we mean donation.
Yeah, this is not we're asking for money back.
Yeah.
Because I want you to understand, this is the King Salman Relief Program, right? So the center, this is donations that we're now looking back. Besides these donations, there are investments. So, for example,
from different entities.
Yeah, if you look at Egypt right now, Egypt, their economy is shaky right now. But there's a lot of rumors that they're about to get their loan and things are going to be balanced. And even, I think, was it the Minister of Finance that came out and said the way we deal with investments in countries now is going to be different than before?
Yeah, in essence,
I think he was the one, right?
Yeah, in essence, basically the approach is that we're looking for mutually beneficial arrangements. In essence, okay, we are going to invest in the country, but with the expectation that
returns,
yes.
So Emirat and Saudi, they're both trying to invest in Egypt, but Egypt's currency has a problem that they need to actually fix before we come in. Because if I come in and I start investing and then the value drops, it's a problem for me. So they need to fix on that. And that's what they've been working on for a while now. But the wars and COVID really did not help. But those investments are totally different than these.
Which are primarily relief-based programs, development and support-based programs.
So besides this, there's also investments that's going to go in a country where it's going to be beneficial for me and beneficial for you also. Where I'll give, rather than me just giving you more money.
Rather than being a donation.
Exactly.
It's an actual business opportunity.
And it's a way for me to also start making more money back. And it gives us a beautiful tie between all countries. It's something that we should all been doing a long time ago anyway, which we've been doing in a way, but not in this way exactly. In a way that, we're going to have a long-standing relationship in terms of business and so on.
No, but I appreciate your curiosity for finding this website and bringing it to us.
Thank you, sir.
I love it. Honestly, it's
wild.
The data visualization element of it, and like seeing where's all the money is being allocated
and who's involved.
Super interesting, honestly.
Data is beautiful.
Yes, I totally agree. Shout out to King Salman Relief Center for all their hard work. It's really beautiful.
And the incredible amount of money that's been donated over these past years. Honestly,
yes,
$127 billion.
That's crazy.
Billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to go back and look at that number again. $127.9 billion. Yeah,
that's 5 bowls of guacamole.
Like the very, very big ones, the gallon types.
You guys can go to data.ksrelief.org if you guys want to see all this data.
If you want to nerd out.
The website is in Arabic, but in the top you're going to find a corner where it says Arabic, English, French, and German.
Nice.
Yeah, so
nerd out in Dutch. Deutsch.
You Dutch.
Deutschland, not Deutschland.
See, I thought you were going for that one. That's why I laughed. But turns out you just mispronounced it, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Anyways, after all the news, let's keep the hype going.
Yes.
Number one got a big head.
Any more numbers you want to throw around?
Oh no, these are just the numbers that I have. You guys want to talk about the the U.S. strikes that are happening right now?
Yeah, about that.
You want to start?
So, last week there was a strike on a U.S. base in Jordan.
In Jordan?
Yes.
Tower 22.
Yeah, it was set up back in the day to fight ISIS.
Okay.
So there's a lot of speculation going around is that this was a whoopsie on the part of the Iranian-backed militias. Or Iran or whatever you want to call it.
That are based in Iraq.
Yes, that are based in Iraq. Because the standard is that we will annoy you and harass you. We're going to shoot at the empty part of the base, etc. But this one, they bombed it with a suicide drone in an area of the base that was housing U.S. personnel.
So when you say suicide drone?
Basically, a drone that is the bomb in and of itself.
Yeah,
okay.
So one way.
One way. مبراجع. So 3 U.S. soldiers died
Okay.
and 40 are injured.
40
Are injured.
That's a large number.
Yeah, so this is considered a significant escalation.
And even in terms of the attack happening from Iraq to Jordan.
Yes.
The cross-border attacks
Yes.
aren't a usual thing.
Yes,
Okay?
I believe the militia that claimed the responsibility is Kataib Hezbollah or Asa'ib al-Haq, one of those two.
Hezbollah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the US is basically, to sum up the reaction, was like, oh man, now I have to do something.
Because American soldiers have been killed.
Yes.
And this requires a retaliation.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I have to do something.
Mm.
So a few hours ago, they bombed around like 80 targets across Iraq and Syria.
80.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
80.
85, I think, حتى.
Okay.
The targets, the announced casualties are around 18 or 20, something similar to that.
See, that's what's always funny to me.
Which is?
So,
It's similar to when they said we're going to bomb Al Houthi. The number of casualties is too low for you to be.
suspiciously low.
Yeah, like don't act like, oh, we're precision. No, bro, you're hitting a military base. You're hitting somewhere where militias are there.
I think I've stopped trusting Pentagon numbers a long,
Hey, you want me to give you my
time
real
ago.
feeling on this?
Mario, I think your real feeling and my real feeling is the same, and that we have to save face.
Exactly.
In what sense?
So they had a rollout, bro, like an album release.
Okay.
We're going to retaliate when we choose the right time, whatever the bullshit was.
Yeah, appropriate place and appropriate time.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden,
Okay, that's military speak for we have no idea what we're doing.
and then all of a sudden you start seeing there's a lot of fighter jets are moving to the region. A lot of things are happening, going to the region. Like, oh, okay, so these guys are preparing.
Okay.
So you already knew for like 4 or 5 days these guys are preparing.
Yeah, and then the op-eds.
Also known as the short of force.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the op-eds and written stories start rolling out, basically highlighting that the U.S. doesn't want a war in the region. They're basically laying out the groundwork to both the American public and the world that there's going to be a phased approach, etc. That basically is telling the world, like, don't worry, we're not going to bomb Iran.
So this is the warm up.
We're not gonna bomb Iran.
Okay.
We don't want to bomb Iran.
Yeah, but we're going after this militias in a way that they know that we're coming, so they can just move out of the way. Hey, can you just like leave your weapons over here? We're just gonna bomb that, so it looks like we bombed like a military place, and then like you guys skedaddle. Come back later on.
So PR exercise.
Yeah, I don't think
It's not so much
Bunch of
PR
bullshit.
exercise. It's
someone got killed. We're retaliating.
it's goddamn it, not an election year exercise.
Thank you.
Oh, in terms of we have to
Do
show
something.
that we are doing something.
Because Trump is gonna hammer Biden on this.
But in reality, there's no value or substance to these retaliations.
There is value in degrading capabilities, but like this is gonna be memory hold within the week. Okay, normal news cycle.
Nothing new, basically.
Would you like me to give you my thoughts on what's going to happen this year? Based on it's an election year.
Please do.
So we all know that all of this could have been avoided if the US just told the Israel shut the fuck up.
Yeah, come get your mans.
Like, this whole bullshit that's happening with Houthi, with everybody, like all this could have been avoided if you just told them to stop. But again, you don't want to say that because it's going to hurt you in your election. So you decided, you know what, go ahead. And then you saw the true face of Israel. They don't give a shit about nothing. No rules, they don't care about you. They care about nobody. They don't care about rules of engagement.
Which is something we've known for a long time.
Exactly. But the only difference is that now the whole world knows.
And,
So-
and they can't deny it because we're
Exactly.
seeing it happen every day.
So with that happening, now you found yourself in an election year with a war that you were not supposed to be in. You were supposed to focus on Russia and Ukraine and say, oh, we're trying to save democracy.
Yes, because democracy is being killed by Russian
Wait.
forces.
I have a point on the Russia-Ukraine thing, but finish and we'll get to it.
So you're supposed to focus on that. All of a sudden you find yourself in the middle of this bullshit that you can't even win in. And so you go and you talk to, what's his name, Bibi? And then
Piece of shit.
Yes. So you go and talk to him like, yo, like, bro, I need you to fucking relax. Like, this is too much. You're putting pressure on me here. And the guy is like, yo, I don't care about you. I'm trying to stay here as much as I can.
As a genocidal maniac would.
Exactly. So Netanyahu did his thing. Now Biden is in a position like, okay, what am I supposed to do in this war? They couldn't find Hamas. they're not going to be able to stop anything. This is going to keep going. It's going to bite me in the ass. So I think the U.S. is going to do something they've never done before. Which is for the first time, actually sit Israel in a position saying, you're going to recognize Palestine now. Because you couldn't beat them. It's been 3 months and we're in an election year. Yeah, and do you think we're going to sit back and wait for you to find them?
Yeah, a bunch of guys in sweatpants are kicking your ass.
Not only that, you did all these missions. You went and you entered a hospital and killed 3 people there.
Now the question, okay, tell us more about that.
This was recent.
This was recent. I saw this happen. This was in the West Bank.
Yes. Correct? They basically did a targeted assassination. And you saw in the closed circuit video, one of the guys with the guns was holding up a wheelchair. So that piece of shit was pretending to be in a wheelchair.
So they literally were dressed up as doctors?
Yes. No. They're dressed up as regular people.
Doctors, patients.
Everything.
And they walked into a hospital with guns to shoot people and then walked out.
And they walked into the rooms and killed them.
And we're talking about a non-terrorist state.
Like I said, every accusation is an admission. Like, Hamas hides among the population. They use hospitals as bases. We do the same thing.
No, but I'm curious now about that reaction that the U.S. might have. How would that be received across, their society as racist?
Well, the pressure from
that's the key part I'm curious about.
Well, here's the thing: who can help you in talking to Palestine? The region,
the Arab countries,
the region. That's it. No one else can help you.
Egypt, Jordan, Saudi,
Qatar,
Emirat.
So they were like, okay, these are the only people that can deal with them. Now, you as a U.S., Gaza needs to be rebuilt. And who's going to take that responsibility? You're not going to leave it as it is. No matter what happens, you just can't leave it as it is. So someone needs to say, okay, I'll take it over. Now, we've been hearing Saudi very loudly saying, we have no problems of normalizing with Israel under the condition that you recognize Palestine. I think
no state, no normalization.
The play is no state, no normalization, no funding. We're not going to go rebuild something that you're going to allow them to come back and destroy later on. So we're not just going to throw our money for nothing.
Which makes complete sense.
Because here's the thing. If you have a state, that changes the calculation. Because here's the thing. Citizenship is the right to have rights. If you are a sovereign country and this is being done to you by another sovereign country, in this case, if Israel does this thing again and you have an actual recognized Palestinian state, it's a very, very different calculation here.
Compared to being in occupied territory with the country.
Exactly. Now, this is a completely different thing. This is
a different equation.
Exactly. And Israel does not want that. Like Netanyahu has been... As a person, Netanyahu has not been a consistent person, but the one thing he's been consistent saying, I do not want a state.
and that's the one thing he's been fighting for the past 20 years since he got into politics. That's what those
20 years? Yeah. What are you talking about? This is 40 at this point.
No, I'm talking about him as Netanyahu, as somebody who got into politics on that platform of what can I do to basically derail this process of a Palestinian state. This is why the settlements happened. This is why, the separation between the West Bank and Gaza happened. Like all of these obstacles and roadblocks were placed into...
Listeners, there was a Israeli prime minister called Yitzhak Rabin. You might have heard of him. He was he was the person who signed the Oslo Accords with Yasser Arafat,
which basically established the precedent for the eventual establishment of Palestine.
Yeah, basically the idea was that we will have Palestinian autonomy and control around sections of the West Bank and Gaza.
Quick question, what happened to him?
They shot him.
When we say they, who are they?
The Israelis.
The extremist Israelis who said, hey, you're betraying our country. How could you?
They held up pictures in protest with Yitzhak Rabin as a Nazi.
Mm-hmm. And this is a man who basically signed a peace agreement.
Yes. Fun fact.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there.
Another fun fact.
We're just trying to make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. This is the society that we're talking about. A non-death cult related society.
Another fun fact. During the protest, there was a famous incident where a protester took the hood ornament of his car. And I said, and I quote, "We got his hood ornament. Next time we're going to get to him." You know who that person is?
Who?
Itamar Ben-Gvir,
Who is?
the Israeli Minister of Internal Security.
So we have the establishment.
Exactly.
We have the establishment here actively proclaiming their plot against sitting members of state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want the region to come and help rebuild Gaza and help establish relations with Israel, now we really have demands that you need to meet.
Yeah.
Because you allowed your little toy to do whatever the fuck it wants, and it just ruined everything for everybody,
I think,
which the world has already just seen.
yeah, I think
And still watching.
I think the US has finally realized, oh shit, Israel is in the Middle East, not in Central California. They're gonna have to deal with these people eventually.
Yeah.
No, and we're talking about like we are now in a stage 20 years after the war in Iraq, 10 years after the war in Syria. We're tired of this, and the entire region is just looking to the future to want to build, to want to actually.
The American public is so tired of this. This is the idea of more military commitment in the Middle East is such a radioactive subject that not even the Republicans are talking about it anymore. Like the pro-war people, like, oh, let's bomb now, ask questions later. They don't want to even touch this idea.
Around the world, all politicians are under pressure from the people.
Yes.
Do not be a part of this. This is genocide. We all see it. We're all humans. If you support Israel, we're not supporting you. This is why the UK in such a huge dilemma of where they want to stand. Because they want to stand in one place, but they know that re-election is coming. When it comes, it's not going to be you.
And honestly, as an issue, it's hard to look past. There's always complex global issues when you look at it and you say like there's a lot of nuance.
Yeah, this ain't so complex anymore.
In this situation, you're watching active slaughter. You're watching active slaughter.
Not even active slaughter. Active slaughter that is being actively funded and enabled by the world's largest superpower.
Not only that, supported by the countries who scream about human rights.
Proclaim, you Brad.
Well, that's the thing.
Yes.
Like right now, you cannot speak about any of that. You cannot even look at a country and say any of that because you have something that is stuck to you. That's going to be hard for you to get it out. It's always forever going to be there. Every time you talk about human rights, you're like, oh, look over here. Mm-hmm. Before, we kept telling you to look over here. None of you wanted to look. But now the whole world saw for their own eyes.
Yeah, speaking of the whole world, like the idea, it's with Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, the idea that countries have sovereignty or are not basically expected to follow the party line is becoming more and more apparent. Have you heard about the recent play against Hungary and the European Union?
Tell us more.
So there was an aid package that was going to be approved by the European Union and sent through to Ukraine unanimously.
Mm-hmm.
Hungary, under Viktor Orban, said, nah, I'm good, homie.
Okay.
I don't want to give those people my money. My money for my people.
Okay.
حقنا.
For context, Hungary under Viktor Orban has been increasingly
nationalist,
belligerent.
Let's simplify it and say, not my problem. Yeah. That was their thing. Mm. So the European Union, when they got sniffs that Viktor Orban is going to pull this play, they said, how about we crush your economy and trigger a bank run on your currency and whatever. Basically said, play ball or we're going to ruin you, my guy.
And
he played ball.
Oh, wow.
Of course he had to play ball.
Okay, so economic manipulation used to change the policies of countries? That's never happened before.
Yeah, so basically Brussels went, nice economy. would be bad if something...
Be ashamed.
Would be ashamed if something bad happened to it.
Yeah, exactly. Western
Hey, hungry. You want to be hungry?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
You're going to be hungry.
Western institutions.
So I think this year, with the war still happening...
In Ukraine?
No. No, come on. Look, as much as we don't want wars, we do not give shits about Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Let's all be honest. They didn't care about any... Bro, this did with Israel, so we could care less what's happening over there. مع نفسكم. We gave y'all aid, we gave y'all whatever, and whatever.
No, it's not
just
just
stay
that.
away.
The term is they have ancient hatred. It's like it's within their blood. They've been fighting for 1,000+ years. It's like very complicated. There's lots of sectarian differences over there.
No, it's the idea,
Ideological differences.
it's the idea of political convenience versus political inconvenience. Ukraine is a politically convenient war. It sells the agenda. It ticks all the right buttons. Hey, these are fighting our freedom. Hey, these guys are getting oppressed, but here in Israel, no. Okay, it's warping the agenda.
And here's what's different about all the other wars compared to this. All the deaths in Ukraine, all the blood is on U.S. hands. All the deaths in Gaza, all of Palestine is on U.S. hands.
U.S. bombs.
You are in two wars.
Fueling.
You are fueling two wars. And they all come back to you. You could have stopped both of them. But you decided not to.
But we have a weapons industry, Abdul. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. Right now, you're in a position of re-election. You need to be re-elected.
Mm-hmm.
So right now is the time to broker a deal. And it's the best time ever, sad to say that, for you to broker a deal. Well, you get away from Israel now. And you say, you know what? The region will have to manage itself and play along each other. And then you recognize Palestine. And then we can come in as countries and as people and help rebuild.
See, that would be the logical, moral thing to do. I have not known the U.S. to be a logical or moral country.
As long as they're...
Unfortunately. Because money?
If you're still highlighting what's happening over there and it's going to affect them, they'll do whatever they fucking can to stop that war. They have to.
Well, see, that's the thing. As much as you see the pressure, as you mentioned, by the protests and by the people, you're still seeing all these clips of the very strongly brought off U.S. Congress with all of the Israeli lobby money, flushing through there, and they stand and they're protecting. They're actively protecting.
Yeah, but the problem with the Israeli lobby money, it's money. It's not votes.
Mm.
You're not gonna vote me in.
Mm.
Your contribution is not gonna vote me in.
Mm.
I need people to vote me in, bro.
Here's the thing.
That's the glitch in the system.
Exactly.
It requires people.
Get more immigrants in.
Yeah.
Farmer
in Iowa?
Yes, farmer in Iowa.
Step right up, sir.
Yes, you're a Democrat now.
Let's go, Jose.
We have to be very honest here. Like, a lot of the support for Israel can be tied back to Joe Biden as a person, as an ideological commitment to Israel that he believes in personally.
Yeah, but then again,
you follow his track record from a congressman to a senator. You can see the blind support has always been.
It's always been there.
True, but it's also been a bipartisan issue in the U.S. politics for a long time.
Yeah,
support for Israel is something that cut across Republican.
Yeah, but you have a fierce supporter of Israel that back in the Lebanon war in '82. He talked to Menachem Begin, I believe, and he said, I don't think Israel should be concerned with civilian casualties in Lebanon. And literally, Menachem Begin said, yo.
You need to relax.
Yo. Somebody come get your boy. Relax, my guy.
So we can see that,
and that guy's president.
The lack of regard for human life has been a long standing policy.
Yeah, of course, he's white.
And that's the thing. The last time, as you mentioned, Israel has been sat down in a corner was Eisenhower in the Suez, the Suez Canal crisis, and that since then U.S. policy has changed to, carte blanche, do whatever the hell you want, and now like the international pushback is drawing light to the issue. Yes, the war has been going on for way too long. There's not much left, honestly, for you to keep going.
The only way for you to go is to push Egypt to go to war with you.
So,
and if Egypt goes to war with you, then the whole region is going to war with you.
Yeah.
So this is where Trump comes in and says, "Hey, I got an idea."
Yeah, that idiot already came out and said, "Yo, that war is going to end in 24 hours."
Regardless of what you think about Trump, he is genuinely one of the funniest people on the planet because.
He's got jokes. Whom he's got
October 8th happened. He said, this wouldn't happen if I was president.
Because
of course he would say that.
Of course.
Because he got ideas.
Of course he would say that.
He has feels.
He has feels.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is the only time that we can actually broker a deal for people to recognize Palestine. I truly believe this is the only time.
I hope so. I sincerely
Democrats
hope so.
do not want to lose power. they do not want to do 4 years and have to go back to Trump, and Trump is going to fight them for 8.
But then again, as number one mentioned, Israel has been such a long-standing, issue, not issue, but a flag for Biden to fly. He's not going to be the one to lose, Israel, to give Palestine,
Well, it's not his choice anymore, though.
It never was his choice.
Yeah, so right now, if you go back and you sit with all the Israeli lobbies and you tell them, listen, this is not working anymore. We need to find an exit strategy where it works for all of us. So you guys need to figure out what the fuck do you guys want so we can end this now. Because this whole thing is not working anymore. And what if the other billionaires start saying, you know what, if you're supporting that, we don't want to be there. Why are you hurting our economy, bro? How am I making my money?
Shmoney.
There we go. There's a lot at play. There's so many cards at play.
There's so many layers to it as well, honestly.
And I think Saudi and all other countries telling them, yo, we're not getting involved in any of your bullshit. Yo, you have a problem with Houthis, go deal with it yourself. You have a problem, you go deal with yourself. All we want to talk about is that.
That's the only thing that we are concerned
That's
about.
it.
Fix your shit.
Fix Gaza, fix Palestine. You don't want to fix it, don't negotiate nothing with us. Don't ask us to help, don't ask us for money, don't ask us for anything. All the things that we can offer them is aid, and we want to give them aid. Nukta. Anything else he wants to build, get the fuck out of there.
And even that, you're facing issues to bring in.
Yeah.
If that shows you anything, it shows you the lack of humanity.
Now, I wish that we use this year to our own advantage, because with Ukraine still popping and this is happening, it's going to be very hard.
Well, winter's coming, Adil.
Winter's coming hard, son.
And Mr. Dieselman
Has all the cards.
has all the diesel.
The election's in November, isn't it?
Yes.
I think it's in November, yes. So you already, 10 months?
10 months around
You
that.
got 10 months to fix your shit and win re-election.
Time's ticking.
It's assuming the Sleepy makes it to 10 months.
It's a big assumption.
If he doesn't slip on a banana or something.
Malik, the hand behind the jacket is keeping firm control.
The one thing about Trump when he was a president, Jared Kushner really worked hard on trying to tie the Israeli and Gulf relationships. And if he comes back with the same play, it's a totally different conversation now.
Yeah.
It's a different game field.
It's a different atmosphere.
Yeah,
the difference is 20,000 dead children.
Yeah. And on top of that, any conversation that you're going to have, I think right now they're all talking about a ceasefire for like 30 days.
Or 60 days.
I think it keeps dropping with every news report.
Mm.
So we really have no idea what's the exact number.
I think, honestly, if there's any negotiation here at this point that doesn't result in a permanent cease of hostilities,
Doesn't make sense.
doesn't make sense.
You need to start somewhere, honestly. That's the thing. If I'll take a 30-day ceasefire if it's going to allow me to work 30 days to extend it.
But here's the thing. If you're taking a 30-day ceasefire and you're releasing all the hostages, then Israel doesn't have any motivation to
Yeah, I don't think
play
that,
nice.
I don't think that's not the play.
That's what they're asking. And, that's their starting point. Give us everyone. We're going to give you 2 months apiece.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's an exchange. I think for every one, the Israel hands 35. It just shows you how much Israel have.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Even if they release those 35, they will just go round up another 35 tomorrow.
I know.
And that's something they've literally done throughout this war.
I think if they release Marwan Barghouti, it's going to be a game changer, honestly.
That's what they want.
Yeah. Marwan Barghouti is seen as it was the architect of the first and second Intifada. He's seen as a unified figure in Palestinian politics.
And he's been in their prisons for a long time.
Since the second Intifada, basically.
So 20 years now.
Yeah, he's just south of 60. And if he comes back, there is a highly likely position that, okay, he's gonna unify the West Bank populations and the Gaza populations under one unity government underneath him.
Since you said that, this is a rumor. Like, we don't know anybody, but this is just a rumor. It was printed somewhere. The rumor is that for I don't know how long back, there's been conversations between Saudi, between Egypt, Emirat, I think Qatar was also involved, the US, and someone from Israel about the moving forward with the recognizing of Palestine. Not only that, also who's going to take over Palestine, who's going to be the president, who's going to be running it, how does that government look like, how does the funding look like, and so on.
Okay.
It was leaked. We don't know if the sources are real or not, but this was like a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Like I don't want to bring you here because I really hope it's true that this is happening. So I really hope that this is
these
happening.
discussions are looking forward to actually building a state.
Exactly. And that, we recognize that this needs to be fixed. We're willing to fix it, but how does it look like now? And I really hope it's true.
Now, there's always the prickly issue of the settlements. Like the West Bank looks like Swiss cheese.
There's a lot of prickly issues. And it's not just that. It's the refugees that have been outside of the country. It's the refugees that have been settled.
It's going to be a conversation of how to build this moving forward. Where does it start? Where does it end? And there's a lot of issues in the middle.
Who's responsible for what?
Yeah.
Inshallah khair.
Inshallah khair. Oh, such nice, great vibes and everything.
Yeah. Good time.
Let me know just a little bit.
With that head, number one.
Full of knowledge.
I mean, I wish. I honestly, sincerely wish. It ain't.
Told us something.
Allah. Why don't you tell people who'd you go to the comedy pod with?
My homie Ned, my best friend.
First off, it's award-winning
my
Ned.
brother.
Award-winning Ned. Award-winning strategic director, marketing man,
brother,
marketeer,
friend,
Ned
friend of the show and family of the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, shout out to Ned.
Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the fam. Much love. Well, you should go, honestly. You should check it out.
I know I couldn't make it, I had all obligations to get to.
Because also need to breathe. Wasn't Dusty that day?
No, fool. I had to go pick up my, not on the podcast. Not on the podcast. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We love you. Hope you got a nice, I don't know.
Hope you had a great weekend. Now go and just do your day.
We have big news. There's nothing. There's nothing. Why you gotta say it like that though, bro?
Shit, bro? We got a busy week ahead of us, me and you.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Places to go, people to see.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Number one, good luck with that head, and be a great father. Do not leave Paris.
Who was in Paris?
Boo.
You were in Paris. That's just a big ass head baby. Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Out.
Peace.
Peace.